Welcome to Frankie Does Films. I'm your host, Frankie, and today we'll be talking about the film Clueless, a comedy romance following Cher, played by Alicia Silverstone. Cher is a rich high school student who is learning to cope with adolescence and its problems. She helps two people find love and helps a new student gain popularity, and in the process discovers her own feelings. So, let's take a look at Cher and her high school life, which is full of teen drama and also contains several scenes of young Paul Rudd. We start with a montage of Cher and her daily life, showing what she describes as a normal life, which is actually a very lavish lifestyle.
I get up, I brush my teeth, and I pick out my school clothes.
They do it over there, but we don't do it here. Fashion, fashion, turn left, fashion, turn left.
She lives in a Beverly Hills mansion with her wealthy father Mel, who's a gruff litigator, which is basically just like all the mean lawyers in TV. Cher is attractive, stylish, good-natured and popular, and she goes to school with her best friend Dion, who's dating Murray. Cher is the most popular girl at school, attracting eyes wherever she goes.
Ew! Get off of me! Ugh, as if!
We see Cher giving a speech in class with everyone cheering for her. This speech is part of a debate for Mr. Wendell Hall's class. At the end of this class, Mr. Hall gives out report cards, and we find out Cher got a C in her debate. Back at Cher's house, we find out her mother died during a liposuction procedure while she was a baby, and you'd think this would be an important factor in Cher's life, but it turns out not to be. Once she enters the house, she speaks to her stepbrother by marriage, Josh, who's visiting from college. Here, they bicker and explain how Josh isn't really Cher's brother, which thank God they clarify for later scenes. At dinner with Josh and her dad, Cher explains how she hasn't got her report card back yet, as some teachers are trying to lowball her. Cher explains to Josh how she's gotten teachers to change her grades every semester using different tactics, like how she got dumped and how she'd write a letter to her congressman about the Clean Air Act. However, when she tried with Mr. Hall, he shooed her away. To gather her thoughts and regain her strength, she goes to the mall with Dion. Here, they devise a plan to make Mr. Hall happy so that he'll give her a better grade. They settle on Miss Geist to set up with Mr. Hall. Over time, Cher and Dion slowly help them to notice each other by writing notes and setting them up to meet. Slowly, the two fall in love and everyone's grades get better, including Cher's. Reveling in her newfound kindness, Cher decides to take in Ty, a new student at the school.
I could really use some sort of an herbal refreshment.
Oh, well, we do lunch in 10 minutes. We don't have any tea, but we have Coke and stuff.
No shit, you guys got Coke here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is America.
Showing her around to the school, Ty breaks off and meets Travis. They hit it off, but Cher and Dion don't approve as he's a loadie. Deciding to welcome Ty, the duo give her a makeover.
Don't care what my teachers say. I'm gonna be a supermodel, and everyone is gonna dress like me. Wait and see when I'm a supermodel, and my hair will shine like the sea.
Showing her off at school, they decide to set Ty up with Elton. At a party, Elton nurses Ty after she's hit in the head with a shoe.
If it's a concussion, you have to keep her conscious, okay? Ask her questions.
What's 7 times 7?
Stuff she knows.
From this act, Ty definitely is shown to have developed feelings for Elton, but he only looks at Cher. After the party dies down, Cher and Ty decide to leave, with Elton insisting Cher goes just with him. In the car, Elton tries to make a move on Cher, saying he likes her and not Ty. Cher declines his advances and gets out of the car, and he drives away, leaving her stranded. Cher is then suddenly robbed with her phone and all her money stolen, and she resorts to calling Josh to pick her up. Here, you can definitely tell there's something more than friendship blooming between her and Josh. The next day, Cher tells Ty about Elton and they all hug, showing Ty has been well and truly accepted into the group. Cher is determined to help Ty get over Elton, but at school Christian appears, who Cher begins to like. He dresses impeccably well and is into art and fashion. She flirts with him in class and together they go to a party. Josh is there when Christian comes to pick her up and he is visibly upset. Frustrated, he goes to the party as well to keep an eye on her. At the party, Ty is left all alone and Josh comes up to dance with her, all while Cher watches. After the party, Josh takes her home and they all get the lawyers and Cher's dad takeout food. Sitting together on the sofa, Josh and Cher chat together and Cher invites him to stay at her house over the spring break. This scene really irked me as it showed there was definitely something going on between Josh and Cher, all while Cher is 16 and Josh is in college. Later on, Christian calls Cher and they meet up to watch some movies. While Cher thinks this is Christian trying to suggest they do the deed, Christian realises what's going on and leaves, before saying to Cher he's happy they're friends. Upset in the car with Dion and Murray, Cher says how nothing has happened between her and Christian yet. Murray laughs at this and tells Cher that Christian's gay.
He's gay.
Even.
Yes, even.
He does like to shop, Cher, and the boy can dress.
Oh my god, I'm totally bugging.
Back at school, Cher begins to notice that Ty is morphing into the old Cher and becoming more popular than her. Ty also makes fun of Travis, which is out of character for her, and Cher is confused. Time skips forward again, and honestly at this point I have no idea how much time has passed. Cher fails her driving test and comes home to find Ty and Josh hanging out. Burning all the things that remind her of Elton, Ty tells Cher that she has feelings for Josh, and this upsets Cher. Cher then tells her she doesn't think they'd go well together, and Ty lashes out at her.
You're a virgin who can't drive.
Oh, that was way harsh, Ty.
Walking through town to clear her head, Cher thinks about how she dislikes Josh. During this, she realises her feelings for him. Back at home, Cher helps her dad with work and they bond over all her good deeds and how she reminds him of her mother. Back at school again, Cher decides to become a better person by volunteering for the Pismo Beach Relief. She donates lots of things and helps the school to collect items they need. At this collection, Travis invites her to a skateboard competition on Saturday.
You gotta see it. Would you come Saturday?
Sure.
Ah, cool.
Well, I guess kitchenware?
That's what I used to keep.
There, she runs into Ty and she apologises and they make up. Watching Travis skate, Cher realised Ty still likes Travis and that Josh was out of the picture. At home again, Cher helps Josh and another lawyer sort through files for Mel. The lawyer gets angry as some files are missing and Cher says how she filed them incorrectly. Fuming, the lawyer shouts at her and leaves, while Cher sits on the stairs crying. Josh goes up to comfort her and Josh compliments her. During this, they flirt and Cher says how she thinks about him and they share a kiss. The scene is very sweet, however, all I could think about was the age gap. After this, they transition to Mr. Hall's and Miss Guy's wedding. Here, Ty and Travis are together, with Dion and Murray and Cher and Josh. At the wedding, Cher catches the bouquet and kisses Josh happily.
My head feels like I'm still in the dark. Seems like without tenderness there's something missing.
Now, onto the reviews. Rotten Tomatoes scores this film an 81%, which I don't really agree with. Clueless is no doubt a hilarious and fun film. Like Easy A, Cher narrates the film and I found it easy to connect with her and sympathise, and all of the cast members were funny and endearing. However, I found the storyline to be missing a main focus and that the film dragged on for just a bit too long. This film was made in 1995, but some of the language is very outdated and the idea of the age gap between Josh and Cher didn't sit right with me. For me, this film was a fun watch, but more something you'd watch in the background. For these reasons, I'm giving Clueless a 6 out of 10. The women in this film are definitely the main focus, with Cher played by Alicia Silverstone playing the lead. Cher is the embodiment of femininity for me, and while she is definitely sexualized, she always appears to be in control of how she is presented. As a character, she is likable and funny, however can come off as quite one-dimensional. The supporting female cast are fun as well. Ty for me was forced into becoming something she wasn't, but I'm thankful at the end of the film she was able to find herself again. This film is an iconic 90s rom-com and it definitely meets those requirements, and watching it today makes me feel nostalgic and cheerful. In addition, Clueless also passes the Bechdel test. There are many named female characters who have conversations that don't revolve around men. However, many of their conversations do, but that's just the nature of the story. And there you have it, a recap and review of Clueless. If you enjoyed this film, be sure to like and subscribe and go to the Instagram link in the description below to recommend me any more films you'd like me to do.